Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to XCal at Bristol, Tennessee. The half-mile, high-banked ovals here in Bristol will be on fire tonight with these street stocks going around the track for 350 laps. There will be some beating, some banging, some all sorts of excitement going on track tonight. This will be a wild one. You do not want to miss a single minute of it. And while you're sitting there eating your dinner watching the race, don't forget to check out some K2 sauce. It goes great with everything. And they have a regular and a spiced or hotter, spicier one, so you definitely want to check that out. Now you'll notice the voice of XCal isn't with us tonight just due to a scheduling conflict, so you guys get me. But we're still going to have a lot of fun here. Now I will say that our super fan that is usually with us, he got drunk a little early tonight. He has passed out in the infield somewhere. Not sure if we'll get to hear from him tonight or not. The medics were looking at him. It looked like he just got a hold of something a little stronger than he expected, some PGA quite possibly. So there is, may not have that, but we are going to have a lot of fun here tonight. Practice is just about over. So far tonight, Octavio Rondoletto has been the fastest car on the track. So we will get to see how he does tonight. He's had some good runs and some bad luck recently, so we'll see if he can finally get up into victory circle in this series tonight. Now we are at Bristol, Tennessee. That means it is 0.533 miles of currently asphalt, but as soon as they're done here, they're going to throw some dirt on there, and we'll be doing dirt racing here at Bristol and iRacing before too much longer. We've got 26 to 30 degree bank turns. It does get a little bit steeper as you get higher up the track, and 6 to 10 degree straightaways. That makes for a lot of exciting racing, several different grooves, and I can tell you from the practice sessions earlier in the week that a lot of these guys have done three-wide racing, but the comment was made, hey, if you're going three-wide racing, remember the guy on the outside is always the one that's on the losing end of that battle. So we'll see how it plays out, if they make it three-wide, if they try anything too terribly crazy tonight, and we'll see how everything goes. Just over a minute left in practice. Still got quite a few cars out on track right now. That is Bruce Helmuth. We saw him up front battling earlier last week. We'll see if he can get back to the front tonight. Steven Rex is also on track, currently second fastest car on the track. And as they wrap it up, don't forget to check out XCalRacing.com for any XCal gear you are interested in. They've got some great products on there. You'll definitely want to go check it out, and the link to get you some K2 sauce as well. Now, as I said, we are the voice of XCal isn't with us tonight due to a scheduling conflict, but you've got me, Doug, and we will have some fun tonight. This will be some exciting racing. They have been racing side by side, three wide around the track throughout the heats tonight, or throughout the weekend, getting qualified, getting their practice laps in. So we know these cars can fit three wide through there. They could probably even fit four wide, and I'm sure coming to the end of the race, we will probably see that. Lap traffic's going to be a huge issue here. Even though these guys are turning a 16-second lap, it's not going to take long before they manage to work their way into the lap traffic, the slower guys in the back. So lap traffic will come into play, and we will see how things turn out. All right, we're getting lined up to go green flag racing. Luke Turpin is on the pole tonight with Chase Johnson to the outside. Octavio Rondoletto is third. Jordan Babinger fourth. Kenny Tripp fifth. Bruce Helmuth is sixth. Blake Wynn is seventh. Brandon Varney is 8th. Clinus LeBeouf is 9th. Tyler Jailbert back in 10th. Then you've got Matthew Baird, Jeff Edgar, Stephen Rex, John Friley, and Aiden McConaughey, 11th through 15th. 16th is Jose Gaudino, William Karp, Trevor Birchmeyer. Miguel is in 19th, and Logan Jones rounds out your top 20. Followed by Raphael, John Schwartz, Tyler McRae, Tyler Batchelder, Patrick Sullivan, Arthur Hendren, Jeremy Leto, Alexander Gangler, Benjamin Eaton, Ron Walters, Josh Rogers, and Mike Stoddard, Kendrick Cryer, Derek Colson, Charlie Beals, and Ron Soper and Greg Holes round out the 37 cars on the track tonight. The track we do have a few fewer cars on track tonight than we've seen in recent weeks, just due to the odd scheduling conflict, but we're still going to go full send all the way around Bristol, Tennessee. Now we'll see a lot of beating and banging tonight. This may come down to who can survive the longest here at Bristol. So take a deep breath and get ready, because they are about to drop the green flag, waiting for the pace car to go off. They are using a single pit road setup tonight, so everybody will enter and exit the pits at the same point on the track. All right, speaking of entering pit road, the pace car is about to duck off in turn 3. And we are about to get going. Green flag racing. Pace car is in. Luke Turpin on the inside in the 454 is going to lead them down into turn 1. Green flag is in the air. Luke Turpin gets a good run down into turn 1. The 77 is underneath the 15. Looks like Octavio is going to move up into second, coming off turn 2. But the 15 is already fighting back. That is Chase Johnson back to the inside. They are already trading places at the front of the field tonight. And while they're up there battling, Luke Turpin is starting to run away with it just a little bit as they complete the second lap here. And looked like we almost had the first accident of the night, as the 15 just drifted right up in front of the 77. 77 of Octavio, he checked out of it just a little bit. He's fallen back and now has to deal with the 48 of Jordan Babinger. Now there will be battles all over the track tonight. Every inch of this track will have cars side by side and nose to tail. Back in 5th place, we've got the 81 of Brandon Varney right behind this battle, and we've got a battle going on here that is 5th through about 8th, 9th place there. Everybody just nose to tail settling in. It looks like some of these guys are going to take it easy, at least on the start here. As some of them are taking it fairly easy. They are lined up. We managed to get through the first few laps. Green flag. So some of these guys may have found in practice this week that playing it safe early on is the right move. We will see how it plays out as they go along. Meanwhile, the 04 of Tyler Jailbert sitting back there in 8th place. 9th place is Bruce Helmuth, and 10th place is Jeff Edgar too. It looks like we've got a car on pit road. Clinus LeBeouf is already on pit road tonight. Bruce Helmuth in the 25 is back in 9th place, followed by Jeff Edgar, who moves up into 10th. The 19 of Matthew Bear is in 11th now. Stephen Rex in 12th. Everybody's picked up 1 or 2 places. It looks like, at least in the top 15. We will see how it plays out. Tire wear probably not going to be a huge factor here tonight, but it might come into play on some of the longer runs if they stay green flag racing. Fuel might be an issue as well. Taking a look back up to the leaders. Looks like we might have run into a technical glitch here. We'll take a look. There we go. Luke Turpin continues to lead by about a half a second over Chase Johnson. We've got several battles going on. Aiden McConaughey started in 15th in the 57 car. He is up to 13th and battling his way up there in the pink and black 57 car. He has got the 28 of Stephen Rex right in front of him. 15 laps into the book so far. Managed to stay green the whole time. We've got several battles going on track throughout. Right behind them, we've got William Karp battling the number 1. They are side by side. They've been side by side for about a lap. Oh, and it looks like the outside car, the 08 of William Karp, was getting a little bit loose coming off the turns. They are fighting the handling of these. They should have the tires up to temperature and some of the fuel burned off, so they should start handling really good right about now, or at least a couple laps ago. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, these are open setups. These teams work together on the setups throughout the week, so we'll see how the setup situation fares. Right behind them, it looks like the 74. Let's take a look back here. Yes, the 74, that is Raphael. He started in 21st. He is up to 20th. Patrick Sullivan in the 16. He's been moving forward as well. He started in 25th. He is now up to 19th place. And we should be getting fairly close to the 454 of Luke Turpin, starting to lap some cars, as we see a couple of cars already on pit road at the moment. And several cars already a lap down. You've got, just looks like just China LaBeouf is a lap down at the moment. Luke Turpin has opened his lead up to 1.3 seconds, while Octavio has managed to move up securely into second. And the 15 looks like he is about to lose third place, because here comes Brandon C. Varney. He is moving up into third place. And he is on a run. He's had the fastest lap so far tonight on the track with a 16.3 second lap. Right in front of him, Brandon Varney had the fastest lap last time by, but these guys are definitely laying down some fast laps right now. But it's still Luke Turpin out front. Let's see what's Tyler Jailbert in the 04. There's Tyler. He is moved up to 6th, started in 10th. And we've got several cars mid-pack that are starting to work their way forward. We saw the 08 struggling a few moments ago on the outside. He has managed to land himself in 14th place right now, but there is a whole pack right there. He's going to have to, he's going to be battling for a while he has Trevor Birchmeyer right behind him in the 1 car. They were battling side by side earlier. Trevor wanted to move up, try and save the car just a little bit. PD is not with us tonight, unfortunately, due to a scheduling conflict. And our XCal superfan, he passed out drunk in the pits already, so you just got me. All right, Luke Turpin is still in the lead. He is continuing to open that lead up 1.3 seconds, and it looks like Brandon Varney is starting to move forward as well. The biggest battle right now is right here. You're looking at 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. You've got William Karp, Trevor Birchmeyer, John Friley, and Logan Jones right there nose to tail. And Patrick Sullivan in the 16 continues to move up through the field as well. There is Patrick, started in 25th. He is up to 19th. Right behind him, Tyler Birchmeyer and Tyler McRae. The Tylers are right behind him in 20th and 21st. Looking back up front, there is Luke Turpin. He is still in the lead, continues to hold that lead by about 1.3 seconds all the way around the track, but should start seeing some lap traffic come into play here before too long. Doesn't look like Octavio can run him down just yet. There's Octavio in the 77. Brandon Varney in the 81 is starting to gain on these two, though. As you can see, he is having to deal with some lap traffic as well. There's the 81 of, that is Blake Wynn, excuse me. There is the 61 of Brandon Varney. He's got Chase Johnson still within striking distance, but he has started to open that gap up just a little bit. He has not been able to close down the gap to Octavio yet. In fourth place right now is Chase Johnson, right behind him in the 15 car, as we mentioned. Right behind them is the 48 of Jordan Babinger. And the 04 of Tyler Jailbert still in 6th place. He started in 10th. Bruce Helmet in the 25 car. He's back there in 7th with Kenny Tripp right behind him. And it looks like Kenny Tripp is starting to look, yep, he is looking to the inside going through the turn. Will he be able to complete the pass? There is a little bit of a bump on the exit of turn 2 and a little bit of one on the exit of turn 4. Can unsettle the car just a little bit if you're not ready for it. And it looks like Bruce is going to manage to maintain the lead here. But they are closing back up on Brandon C. Varney. They are closing back up on the 61 of Brandon Varney as he is closing up on this pack right in front of him. He's got Jordan Babinger, Tyler Gilbert, and Chase Johnson. Those 3 cars right in front of them. They are battling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Brandon Varney closing the gap. And it looks like Tyler Gilbert has managed to work his way up. He is moving to the outside of the 15. He is going to try and take 3rd coming off turn 4. Looks like he's going to complete it. He's going to bring the 48 of Jordan Babinger with him. "40 laps in, we've been green flag all the way." That's some pretty impressive driving from all these guys as the 15th bobbles trying to get back up to the top line. And that puts Tyler Jailbert starting in 10th. He is up to 3rd and trying to close down on the 77 of Octavio. There is the 77 of Octavio. You see him working through traffic, trying to catch up to Luke Turpin. He is ducking to the inside of the 31 car there. That is Josh Rogers that he is trying. And we've got the first caution. Looks like the 10 and the 21 get together. All right, looks like we're looking at the 01 of John Schwartz as he dives in, trying to run up the middle there. And we have the outside car, the 22 gets loose. A couple of cars get collected, including the 21 taking a hard hit to the nose on that car. That brings us under our first caution of the night. I would imagine we are going to see some pit stops now. And we are using a single pit lane tonight as the 454 comes down. Looks like he caught some damage earlier in the race as well. That is Luke Turpin leading. Looks like we've got everybody in the top 20, 22, 23. It looks like almost everybody is coming to pit road now. 44 laps in. They've figured out their fuel strategy at this point. They've figured out their tires so they can come in, get some fresh tires, get filled up, and see where they end up. But the race will be off of pit road. And these cars do take a little bit longer to pit because of the way the fuel tanks work, so it'll take a few minutes to see, but we'll see who comes off pit road first. Luke Turpin obviously has the advantage. He's got the 15 of Chase Johnson right behind him. And looks like the 57 and the 6 are getting off pit road in front of the 454. So Aiden McConaughey, whether a fast pit stop or some strategy, is going to assume the lead here once they come back around and get lined up. And yes, Bristol is getting some dirt before long. iRacing's been out there scanning it, getting it ready, so we will have some Bristol dirt soon, and I bet you'll see some dirt street stocks on it as well eventually. Aiden McConaughey currently scored in first. It looks like Luke Turpin came off pit road second. Octavio Rondoletto is third. Jordan Babinger is fourth. Chase Johnson is fifth. Tyler Gelbert sixth. Bruce Hillmuth seventh. Eighth is Matthew Baird. Ninth is Brandon Varney. And 10th is Stephen Rex. As they get the one to green. There is the pack lining up. Looks like the 57's trying to decide. They've still got a couple cars coming, and they are going to delay the green for a lap. We've got some cars getting back to the lead lap here. Looks like we've already got quite a few cars a lap down now. We'll have to wait till they go green flag, but looks like we've got Tyler McRae, Tyler Batchelder, Patrick Sullivan, Kendrick Cryer, Benjamin Eaton, Miguel, Jose Godino, Derek Colson, Alexander Gingler, Raphael, Josh Rogers, and John Schwartz are all showing a lap down. We've still got a couple of cars on pit road as we get the one lap to green. So definitely a lot going on. If they can have another green flag run, these leaders will definitely be able to lap some more cars, and we will see if Aiden McConaughey, he was pretty fast. He started in 15th, now leading after that pit stop. We'll see if he can run away or if the 454 of Luke Turpin can shut him down. It looks like they delayed the green yet again. All right, now we've got the one to green. They are stacking up side by side. It looks like we will get to go green flag racing again here at Bristol. And we'll be 50 laps into this feature event tonight. Now the question is, can the 57 of Aiden McConaughey, who'd worked himself up to about 6th place, can he get a run and get away from Luke Turpin? Luke Turpin was the class of the field on that first green flag run. We'll see what happens on this restart. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Aiden McConaughey gets a little bit of a jump, not much. The 454 was sitting right there side by side with him. As the 77 gets the run to the inside. Now the 77 is looking to the inside, trying to take the lead. That is Octavio Rondoletto on the inside of the 57. He is trying to take that lead away. Coming through turn 2, they are side by side, too deep. It looks like everybody else has gone almost single file, quite a few spots back. As they go through 1 and 2 again, it looks like Octavio's got a bit of a run. Will he be able to seal the position? Oh, the 57 gets just a little bit of a run there. And those two cars right behind him, the 15 of Chase Johnson, the 454 of Luke Turpin, are just waiting for this to settle. The 454 dives to the inside, coming through the turns. He's going to try and take second place back. Coming down the backstretch, they are beating and banging through the turns already. 15 is right there on the back bumper, and caution is out. Looks like an incident on the entry of turn 3. All right, looks like we're looking at the 25 and the 16. Bruce Helmuth there in the middle. And he just drifted up, caught the 16, caught the 61, and they all go into the wall. Several cars caught up in that, including the one car that was up towards the front earlier. 9 just barely manages to avoid him. And that brings us under our second caution for the night. Now, a lot of these front runners have already pitted. They just pitted a few laps ago. Currently, Octavio Rondoletto in the lead. And it looks like Aiden McConaughey is on pit road. Looks like Jeremy Leto is also on pit road. Blake Wynn as well. Greg Hulse is on pit road as well. And it looks like Kleinust may be out of this thing. He's being shown 41 laps down. Arthur Hendren is currently 14 laps down, still on pit road. Mike Stoddard and Josh Rogers. I know Josh was caught up in the earlier incident. We've also got Charlie Beals, John Swartz, and Miguel all on pit road at the moment. Kenny Tripp ducked down to pit road as well. So we've got several lead lap cars on pit road, surprisingly. They had only been out for about 5 laps before this caution came out, so we'll see if that strategy pays off, especially for Aiden McConaughey. He was right there at the front. All right, looks like the cars are getting their laps back, trying to get sorted back out. Looks like Kenny Tripp might fall a lap down. You can pit under caution and stay on the lead lap, but it is very difficult to do it under green. So these guys, some of these guys are going to take any opportunity they can to get onto pit road and see if they can get any kind of advantage. That might have been what Aiden McConaughey is thinking. He is now back in 18th position. Looks like moved up to 17th. We'll see if that strategy pays off as we get the one to green. Coming down the back straightaway, getting ready to go green flag racing. Lap 58, and looks like they are going to delay the green again, trying to get everybody sorted out. This short little track does throw a monkey wrench in some plans out there when you're race control. Looks like Bruce Helmuth is back on pit road in the 25, and it looks like we've got several more cars back on the lead lap, including Tyler Batchelder, Tyler McRae, and Patrick Sullivan. Patrick Sullivan started in 22nd. He was working his way through the field. He was up to about 17th place, so he stopped about 16 laps ago, so we'll see if he can work his way back to the front. Looks like Bruce Helmuth is going to lose a lap as they get one to green. Pace car is down. Green flag is in the air. Octavio Rondoletto leads them down into turn 1. Luke Turpin has not been able to get a good run on the restarts yet on that outside line, but looks like he might have a little something once they get up to speed. He is right there on the outside, the 15 of Chase Johnson and the 04 of Tyler Jalbert right behind him. They get single file just a little bit behind that. Looks like Jordan Babinger back there in 5th place. Steven Rex in the 28. He is now up to 6th place. Impressive run from him. He started in 13th. And the 84, that is Ryan Soper. Saw him up front battling a lot last week at Phoenix. Now he is up here, started in 36. He's up to 9th place currently. Slipping back just a spot, but he is up in 9th place, back up in the top 10. So we'll see if he can get back up front with these leaders before it's all said and done. Meanwhile, Luke Turpin manages to secure the lead yet again. And he brought the 04 of Tyler Jalbert with him. Now Tyler is in 2nd. Octavio slips back to 3rd. Chase Johnson back in 4th. And Jordan Babinger is currently in 5th place. And these guys are pushing hard. You can see the cars are wiggling and getting loose a lot coming off these turns. As we've got a battle going for the lead, the 454 and the 04 right there nose to tail. And the 04 starts to look low coming off of turn 2. They go through 3 and 4. The 04 starts to look to the inside. Thought better of it. He's going to hold off just a minute. He has definitely got a fast race car, though. It looks like he might be trying to set him up. He's going to try and get to the inside. Just hasn't managed to get there yet. In the meantime, these two are running away just a little bit from Octavio Rondoletto. Steven Rex is also starting to climb back up. He is now up to 7th place from 13th. And Ryan Soper, we talked about him a minute ago, he is still back there in 9th. And the 08 of William Karp, he is currently in 10th. He started in 17th. Logan Jones, though, in the 06 there, he is running in 11th, started in 20th, the biggest mover so far tonight. Back up front, the battle for the lead is still going on. The 04 and the 454, that is Luke Turpin up front. Tyler Jalbert right behind him. They are nose to tail, and the 04 just keeps looking to the inside. Hasn't made a full move on him yet, but you got to know, and Luke Turpin has to know, that this move is coming. That 04 car is extremely fast and always looking to the inside. Just about every lap, he is looking to make a move for the lead. As they start to come up into lap traffic, and it looks like that lap traffic is going to be in the form of the 25 car. Bruce Helmuth is currently being scored 3 laps down in 33rd. And he ducks to the low side. The leader's starting to come. It looks like Bruce says he's been involved in a couple of accidents tonight, and his car has got quite a bit of front end damage. We'll see if he can stay out there and maybe pick up a few positions. This has actually been pretty tame for a Bristol race so far, so we'll see. He might get lucky down the line and pick up a few positions. In the meantime, while the leaders are up here battling, it looks like the 19 of Matthew Bear is starting to move forward now. He has managed to get around Steven Rex and move up to 7th place. And he is closing in on Jordan Babinger in the 48 car. It'll be interesting to see who can navigate the lap traffic and get the most benefit out of it. But that 19 is definitely coming to the front. The fastest car last lap, though, was the 61 right there. That is Brandon Varney. He's been the fastest on track for several laps now. He is currently in 4th, and he is working his way up quickly. We'll see if he can get to Octavio Rondoletto and make a pass for third. See if he has anything for these leaders up here. He is only 1.4 seconds back from the leader, about 1.5 seconds right now, as they have started to build a gap up from first to fourth is just 1.5 seconds, and then it's another 1.5 seconds from fourth to fifth. So quite a gap opening up, as the 454 is now opening up a gap on the 04 of Tyler Jailbert. And it looks like the 77 is coming back strong. He is going to try and take second position back. And he is not going to wait and be patient about it. He is already looking for a way around that 04 car. As they come around lap 82 of this 350 lap event. And it looks like they are starting to settle into a bit of a rhythm here, as the 77 just lurking right behind the 04. Brandon Varney back there. The 15 of Chase Johnson currently now back in 5th place. There's the 15, and he's got his hands full. Jordan Babinger, Matthew Baird, Stephen Rex, and Ryan Soper all right there. Just coming around the lap car, the 25 of Bruce Helmuth. They are nose to tail battling for about 5th through about 9th place right now. Back in 10th is the 08 of William Karp. He is trying to make his way up. He started in 17th. He is up to 10th, and right in front of him is Ryan Soper in the 84 car. Talked about him a few minutes ago. He started in 36th place. He is up to 9th already. Right behind them, Kenny Tripp in the 12 car. He started in 5th. He is falling back. Caution is out. All right, looks like the 06 was involved in this one. The 57 is loose up coming out of the turn. Everybody starts to check up as they get together. The 06 gets sent to the inside. He collects the 7, and the 7 goes for a ride. Several cars involved there, and that brings us under our third caution for the evening. 06 manages to get rolling again. And it looks like the 7 car managed to get rolling. That is Jeff Edgar. He is rolling, but his car has quite a bit of damage, so we'll see how that plays out for him, as the leaders are now on pit road again at lap 89. Leaders were just in 45 laps ago. Looks like they are running about 44, 45 laps, and if they get a caution, they're going to come down pit road. They are using the single pit road tonight, and the 04 looks like he's trying to do a little bump drafting on pit road tonight. Tyler, you ain't got a bump draft, buddy. Looks like Kenny Tripp is the first car to stay out. He was in 10th. He is gonna be up in the lead if he doesn't pit. Jeremy Leto stayed out, as well as Tyler Batchelder, Patrick Sullivan, and Tyler McRae. Those are the lead lap cars that stayed out. Looks like we've got 21 cars currently on the lead lap. Make that 22 now. And we might pick up a few more once pit stops are done. Some of these guys that were a lap down or right on the tail end of the lead lap are staying out, trying to stay on the lead lap. Bruce Helmuth currently in 33rd place in the 25 car. He stayed out as well. Several lap down cars are now hopping onto pit road, but we've got several cars that stay out. So several different strategies starting to play out here as Kenny Tripp takes the lead in the 12 car. Bruce Helmuth should get waved around. That'll help him get one of his laps back. He's currently 3 laps down. And looks like as it is, Kenny Tripp is going to be the leader. Luke Turpin will be second. Octavio Rondoletto third. Tyler Gelbert fourth. Brandon Varney will be fifth. Jordan Babinger sixth. Chase Johnson seventh. Matthew Bear eighth. Ninth is Greg Holes. He started in 37th and up to 9th. And Jeremy Leto, who started in 27th, is now up to 10th. Make sure the scoring updates correctly, but that's what it is looking like. So some of these guys are really taking advantage of these cautions and working their way back to the front. And we saw the 57 of Aiden McConaughey. He stopped on the previous caution when none of the other leaders stopped. He apparently stopped again, had a really good pit stop, and he is now back up to 11th. He had gone as far back as 22nd in the 57 car. There is Aiden in the black and pink 57 car. And currently it looks like Aiden is 11th. William Karp will be 12th. Ryan Soper is 13th. Blake Wynn is 14th. And John Friley is back in 15th. Jeremy Leto, Trevor Birchmeyer, Patrick Sullivan. Oh, it looks like some of them. Jeremy Leto just ducked off onto pit road. So let's see. John was 15th. So Patrick Sullivan, Trevor Birchmeyer, Tyler Batchelder, Tyler McRae, Kendrick Cryer round out the top 20 cars. Alexander Gangler and Jose Godino are rounding out the lead lap cars. And we've got a couple of these lead lap cars ducking back down pit road. Looks like Kendrick and Alexander and Jose all ducked down pit road at the last minute, trying to get that extra splash of fuel. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're about to go green flag racing. And don't forget, next week there will be no XCal racing on Tuesday night, unfortunately, but they will be back the following week. And you will find them live right here on Facebook and on Twitch. And the video, as always, will be on YouTube tomorrow morning at some point in time. But green flag is in the air. Kenny Tripp gets a huge jump on the restart. He shoots off into turn one with a decent lead over Luke Turpin. Luke Turpin's got the 04 and the 77. Those three cars have been at the front of the pack all night, but the 12 car looking for any advantage he can. We've got a lap car, the 20 right there. Jose Godino. He is hopping up to the high side, letting the leaders go by. He is one that ducked onto pit road at the last minute. The 12 car is being reeled in now by the 454 of Luke Turpin. Luke Turpin currently scored in second. These cars right behind him, the 454, the 04, and the 77 have been the dominant cars so far tonight. We will see if that continues. 12 car is up on the high line. Luke ducks down, is starting to look down to the inside. The 04 is looking to the outside. 04 looking like he was going to try and make it 3 wide through there. He might be trying to hold Luke Turpin down so he can get around him and then race the 12 for the position. But you got to know, Kenny Tripp has loved seeing this side-by-side battling in his mirror. If they're battling each other, they aren't necessarily battling with him. And the front 4 cars, they are starting to break away from the field again, or the front 5, I should say, because Brandon C. Varney right back there with them. 04 looks like he was going to go to the inside, thought better of it, backed out of it. And now we've got a battle for 4th place as the 61 of Brandon Varney jumps to the inside. He is trying to get around the 77 of Octavio Rondoletto right now. 77 a little loose coming off the turns, but the 61 can't quite get there yet. Meanwhile, up at the very front, the 454 and the 04 are still battling side by side. Lap 102. And they've been doing this side-by-side battle now for about 10 laps, so we'll see. One of them, something's going to have to give here before too much longer, and it looks like it's the 454. Luke Turpin slips back. The 04 hops back into second place. That is Tyler Jailbert. And now he is going to try and get around the 12 car of Kenny Tripp. Kenny Tripp has been out there for 48 laps now. And he's been out there longer than anybody. There is nobody else out on track. Everybody stopped at some point during this last pit stop, or during this last caution. So it'll be interesting to see how long he can hold these guys off and stay up at the front. And the 062 of Greg Holes currently is in 9th place. He started way back in 37th. He has worked his way up to 9th place, racing hard and strategy. And he's got William Karp in 10th right behind him, started in 17th. He is up to 10th as well. So several of these cars are starting to work their way forward with strategy and good clean racing, as the 04 is making a move to the outside for the lead. Kenny Tripp is going to lose a couple of positions as the 454 comes by as well. And here comes the 77 of Octavio Rondoletto. And Brandon Varney now coming around. So it looks like the 12 is going to slip back in about 5th place. But he got to lead a few laps, got to be up front. He's not going a lap down anytime soon. And it looks like he's actually about to lose a couple more positions to the 48, the 15, and it looks like the 19 right back there as well. That is Matthew Bear. So he looks like his fall might be a little bit further, but he managed to hold those leaders off for quite a while. Meanwhile, the 04 currently at the front. Lap car down to the inside, ducks down to the aprons to stay out of the way. And we've got the 04 and the 454 about to start battling again for the lead, but they also have 2 cars right behind him that have been fast all night. Octavio Rondoletto, Brandon Varney. 4-car battle. This is 1st through 4th you're seeing right here. They are nose to tail, just waiting for somebody to make a mistake, and they will leap on it. Remember, this track is just over half a mile. Lap cars do come into play very quickly. There is the 454. He is starting to look to the inside. And when we get back to the front straightaway, oh, the 454 ducks hard to the inside, gets a huge run down into turns 3 and 4. 04 trying to hold him off, bounced off the wall just a little bit, and that's going to give the 77 an opportunity to close the gap, but the 61 is still right there. And we will ride along for a lap in the 77 of Octavio Rondoletto as he crosses the start-finish line. The 04, the weapon. As they come around a lap car down to the inside, coming down the back straightaway. This lap only takes 16.3 seconds. That tells you how fast they are going around this half-mile track. That is all it takes right there, folks. That is one fast lap, especially in these cars. They are 380 horsepower, 3,400-pound vehicles. They are not the most planted, stable things, but these guys are making it look easy as the 61 starts to look to the inside. Brandon Varney looking to the inside, can't quite get there yet on Octavio, but he is starting to look, getting a run off the turn. Meanwhile, up at the front, the 454 is continuing to lead. Luke Turpin actually opening up a little bit of a gap. He's got 0.3 of a second over Tyler Jailbert. And while all this is happening up here, the 062 of Greg Holes has managed to work his way up into 7th place. He is now in 7th. He started in 37th. He did pit on that last pit stop, so he has just had some really great pit stops and a really great run. Looks like his car might be powered by K2 Sauce tonight, because it is helping him fly to the front as he comes around the 15 of Chase Johnson. That'll be for 6th place. The 19 right back there as well, Matthew Bears, is looking to take another position from Chase Johnson. Looking back, it looks like Kenny Tripp, who stayed out and held on to the lead the first few laps of this green flag lap, has settled in. Looks like he is in about 11th position right now. He might lose 1 or 2 more positions as they go, but he's managed to hang on to that thing and keep it going. He's been out there now for 66 laps, basically double what everybody else has been out there right now. So he's doing a great job holding on to that car. As the 28 is Steven Rex. He was up in the top 10 earlier. He had worked his way to the front. He manages to make the pass now as well. We've got a lot of battling going on right here. Here comes the Ryan Soper car, the 84. He started way in the back, 36. He was as high as 9th tonight, and he's already working his way back forward. He's up to 12th. As the 28 is continuing to move forward, Steven Rex is just trying to get back up there. He is now back into the top 10. He put Blake Wynn back to 11th. Kenny Tripp falls back to about 14th. In the meantime, up at the front, Luke Turpin has actually opened up a pretty decent lead, 0.7 of a second now over Tyler Gelbert. And he's about to start working through even more lap traffic, including the 24 car right in front of him. That is Jeremy Leto. Jeremy right on the tail end of the lead lap, battling with Alexander Gangler. But the 24 manages to take the position. And here comes the 454 to the inside. Continues to put more and more, continues to lap more and more cars as they go along. Looks like the next one in his sights will be Tyler McRae in the 84. He is not too much further up after he gets around Jeremy Leto. Currently showing, it looks like about 20 cars on the lead lap, but the 20th place car right in front of him, he is trying to get him a lap down as well. And you know Luke Turpin is going to stay out as long as he possibly can. There was a little bit of a bobble right in front of him. Let's see if we can. Looks like the 01 was up there battling with the 2, and they might be having a little bit of trouble as this run goes on with the handling on their cars. That's Benjamin Eaton in the 2 car. Looked like he bobbled a little bit coming through the turn. Oh, the 2 car the 24 almost catches the leader. Everybody manages to keep it straight, but the 24 took a hard hit on the right front. Great save by the 24. He keeps it off. Jeremy Leto keeps it off the leader by just some great driving. In the meantime, that allowed Tyler Gelbert in the 04 to close down a couple tenths of a second back up to the leader in the 04, and the 77 is still right there with him. Octavio Rondoletto and Brandon Varney both right there with the 2nd place car. .454 gets under the 2, and we are under caution. Looked like there was a wreck in the turn there, and the leader had to come right by it again. All right, looks like we are looking at the 9 car, Ron Walters, and the 5 car there, Derek Colson. And the 9 just drifted up a little bit. The 5 got caught, and the 9 ended up in the wall, and you see the leader just goes by on the inside. And that brings us under caution again. Now the question will be, they've been out, let's see, Leaders have been out there for 47 laps. I would imagine we're going to see everybody on pit road this time. And during that exchange, Jeremy Leto in the 24 ended up going a lap down. Yes, the leaders are coming down pit road. Just for curiosity's sake, looks like the 12 car of Kenny Tripp got caught in something. He might have pitted under green. He is now currently showing 4 laps down after leading earlier due to some strategy and staying out on track. Here come all the leaders down pit road. And looks like the 454 has hit his pit box. The only car that has stayed out so far is the 53, Tyler Batchelder. And it looks like he might have come down pit road just now. We'll see if we can find him real quick. Yes, he is on pit road. So that means there's a few cars at the back that look like they may be coming down pit road here momentarily. But Jeremy Leto, Kendrick Cryer, Jose Godino, and John Schwartz are all still on the track at the moment. And yes, they are still on the track. The 01 has had a rough night. You can see his front end is banged up. Some of these other guys, it looks like some of these guys stayed out just to get back to the lead lap. And it looks like Luke Turpin wins the battle off pit road again. He is currently back up in first. Octavio Rondoletto second. Tyler Gilbert third. Chase Johnson fourth. Brandon Varney fifth. Matthew Bear sixth. Looks like Jordan Babinger will be seventh. William Karp eighth. Greg Holes continues to be up there in the top 10 after starting in 37th. He's in ninth. And Stephen Rex still up there in the top 10 as well in the 28. There's the 28 of Stephen Rex. We saw him coming forward just quite a bit actually earlier on. And Greg Holes in the 062. He is definitely charged to the front. We will be keeping an eye on him tonight. He has had some great pit stops, great strategy, some great driving, and got himself back up to the front. We are on lap 140, just over 200 laps left to go. Luke Turpin so far tonight has been the dominant car in the 454. One to green. Lights are out on the pace car. It looks like everybody might be already situated. Nope, we will get a 1 lap delay on the green flag. Should be getting 1 to green this time by. It looks like everybody has sorted themselves out. Kendrick Cryer again made a last minute duck down pit road. He was in 16th, but only 18 cars on the lead lap currently. Watching the scoring as they come around, a couple of people got waved around and whatnot, but it looks like only 18 cars currently on the lead lap. It looks like the 81 of Blake Wynn is the last car on the lead lap, and actually Kendrick Cryer just went a lap down as well, so that's going to put Blake Wynn up to 17th. Coming through turns 3 and 4, the pace car will duck off onto pit road. And there goes the pace car, and Luke Turpin will lead him down into turn 1 yet again. Luke gets a good jump on them, the 04 and the 77 side by side into turn 1 again. Looks like the 77 drifts back just a little bit, and the 15 of Chase Johnson to the inside for third, now for second. He is making a power move to the inside, trying to jump up a couple spots on this restart. Manages to hold on to third, but we are under caution again. All right, looks like we are looking at the one car, Trevor Birchmeyer. And looks like Mr. Ryan Soper just got down, didn't realize he was there, and several cars got caught, including the 06 car, who we've seen working his way up to the front throughout the night. Everybody manages to get going again. Meanwhile, it looks like Luke Turpin manages to maintain the lead. So the 454 of Luke Turpin. Looks like Jose Godino and Blake Wynn are both on pit road. Those are the only two lead lap cars going down. Meanwhile, like Luke Turpin, Tyler Jailbert, Chase Johnson, Octavio Rondoletto managed to continue to be in the top four spots. Matthew Bear is back in fifth. Brandon Varney sixth. Jordan Babinger is in seventh. William Karp eighth. Ninth is Greg Holes, and 10th is Stephen Rex. And Ryan Soper has worked his way back up to 11th. And it looks like Tyler Batchelder is still on pit road. Looks like Jose ducked down pit road, as well as Jeremy Leto. Some of the lap cars on pit road. Benjamin Eaton, Logan Jones, Raphael is on pit road. Ron Waters, Charlie Beals, and Jeff Edgar. And looks like when we go green flag, we'll probably only have about 17 cars on the lead lap. Maybe less with a couple of cars on pit road at the moment. We'll have to see how some of these strategies play out, because some of these guys are losing a lap. These cars do take longer to change tires, fill it up. So we'll see if this strategy pays off for some of these guys pitting on every caution. The top 9, 10, looks like the top 13 all stay out. Blake Wynn, Tyler Batchelder, Jose Godino, John Schwartz, and Alexander Gangler after getting laps back, or after waiver rounds and lucky dogs, and Aiden McConaughey now back to the lead lap as well in the 57. Aiden McConaughey in that 57. He's had an up and down kind of night. He has been up towards the front and way in the back and everywhere in between. So we'll see if he can get that 57 car back to the front now that he is back on the lead lap. And I do believe the 84 Ryan Soper might be on pit road. He is currently being shown 2 laps down, so I do believe he is on pit road at the moment. 1 to green. Luke Turpin still the class of the field so far tonight. As they are coming down the back straightaway, getting ready to go green flag racing. Does anybody have anything for Luke Turpin tonight? We've seen a couple of cars get to the front on strategy. Have not really seen anybody pass him yet. I believe the 77 managed to get around him once, but green flag is in the air, but he's not been able to do it again. But now the 04 of Tyler Jailbert there to the outside, and the 454 just shoots off mid-corner. He is gone. 15 of Chase Johnson's trying to look to the inside for second. Can't get anything done, and he falls back just a little bit. The 454 opening up a little bit of a lead every now and then. And the 77 and the 19 battling right behind there. That we've got several battles going on right here in the top 5 or 6 as the 19 slips back. '19 slips back to about 5th place, and he's got Brandon Varney there to the inside. 48 of Jordan Babinger and William Karp right there waiting to pounce as well. In the meantime, the 454 is managing to pull away. As you see, this battle is 3-4 cars right there together. The front 5 single file. And it looks like the 48 is going to make a move to the outside. We have not seen a lot of passes to the outside so far tonight. But he has a run to the outside of William Karp in the 08. The 48 there, Jordan Babinger on the outside. 08 of William Karp to the inside, and that 48 car has quite a run. Comes off turn 4 and jumps up. That should put him up into 7th position. Right in front of them, the 61, of Brandon Varney is challenging the 19 of Matthew Bear. Brandon is 6th. Matthew Bear is currently in 5th. The 454, meanwhile, has opened up a half a second lead on Tyler Jailbert. And the 61 is starting to look to the inside of Matthew Bear. He comes off turn 4 looking to the inside, ducks down into turn 1. He's got a run. Comes up off of turn 2. Can't quite complete the pass yet, but he has definitely got an advantage being down there to the inside. Meanwhile, the 77 right there in front of him, Octavio Rondoletto, he is currently running in 4th, and the 06 is back on track. '61 of Brandon Varney has not been able to complete the pass yet. The 454 jumps up. He has still got the lead. He is building on his lead. He has got 6/10 of a second, almost 7/10 of a second on Tyler Jailbert. And they have opened up quite a gap on 3rd place Chase Johnson, who is now having to battle the 77 of Octavio Rondoletto. Matthew Bear right behind them, as well as Brandon Varney. And this is for about 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And they've got the 48 of Jordan Babinger closing in as well from 7th place. As the 77, Octavio makes a move to the inside. Octavio has not been the fastest on the restarts tonight, but on the longer runs, his car has really come in, and he's picked up a lot of positions that way. And the 77 looks like he has got the momentum. Can't quite get there yet as they come out of turn 4, but looks like he is going to be able to complete the pass here in a lap or two. Meanwhile, while they're running side by side, Tyler Jailbert and Luke Turpin are continuing to open up the lead. Luke Turpin now has almost a second over Tyler Jailbert. Tyler Jailbert is a second and a half in front of this battle as the 61 gets a little loose coming off turn 2. But he manages to complete his pass. He gets loose again coming off of turn 4, and the 19 starts to look to the inside there. looking to take that position back, but here comes the 48. We saw him working through traffic. Jordan Babinger was fast coming through traffic earlier, and he is starting to work his way up through the field as it looks like the 61's car has fallen off or has made an adjustment he does not like. He is really fighting that car off the turns now. He is pushing it for everything he's got, but it is definitely not handling great, as good as he wants it right now. Right in front of him, the battle for third and fourth continues to rage. He's looking way low to the inside. They were talking during the heats this week, trying to set the positions for tonight. Oh, the 15 gets into the wall, catches the 61. Caution is out. Caution is out. The 15 of Chase Johnson just got too high into the wall. All right, you're looking at the 15 and the 77 and the 61 right behind. The 15 just drifts up, catches the 61. 61 comes back up and clips the 15, and that's what brought us under caution. Did not look like, oh, looks like the 06 might have gotten just a little bit hit there, but manages to keep it straight. But that was tough for a couple of guys that were up there fighting for some top 5 positions to get wrecked this early in the race. Meanwhile, the leaders are on pit road again. They have been out now for about 37 laps, so I guess we can expect the tires to start to go away around lap 35, 36, and they have to come to pit road and get 4 fresh ones. It looks like we have a little bit of activity down to the inside. Look like the 19 and the 77 were trying to fight through pit road, trying to get any advantage they can right now. As Luke Turpin drops onto pit road, it looks like Tyler Batchelder stayed out and managed to take the lead for a lap. And looks like almost everybody is going to pit right now. Jeremy Leto manages to get back to the lead lap here. He pitted just 29 laps ago, so he might stay out for a little bit longer, but we've seen that does not pay huge dividends so far. Meanwhile, the lead will go back, it looks like, to Luke Turpin. And it looks like just about everybody is pitting this time. And it looks like the 12, we saw Kenny Tripp earlier in the night stay out when everybody else pitted. He had to pit under green. He ended up about 4 laps down. He's regained a couple of those laps. Looks like he'll get waved around this time as well, so that'll put him back just 1 lap down. And it looks like scoring, and it looks like Octavio Rondoletto got off pit road before the 454. So he is going to assume the lead, and those 4 cars right in front of him, the 24, the 12, and a few others, they are going to get waved around the pace car and get one of their laps back, as we saw one of the lucky dogs go by on the outside as well. And this has been a rough and tumble, bump and bang race so far. We've got several cars already with heavy damage. So we'll see if that comes into play later as well. It looks like there's only going to be about 17, maybe 16 cars on the lead lap, as Steven Rex in the 28 has now gone a lap down. He was up there in the top 10 for quite a bit of the first half of this race. All right, we get the 1 lap to green. We'll see if it looks like they will delay it 1 more lap, getting everybody sorted out. Looks like Ryan Soper is now out of the race. Charlie Beals Arthur Hendren, Jeff Edgar, Josh Rogers, Mike Stoddard, and Clinus LaBeouf all out of the race at this point. Ron Walters in 30th is the last car in the field. And the 25 of Bruce Helmuth, involved in the very first accident. He was all the way back to 34th earlier. After that, he has managed to stay out, pick up a few positions along the way. He is now up to 28th. The way things are going, he might even pick up a few more before this is all said and done. And the 77 and the 454 are at the front. They are side by side, 1 to green. And now we've got the 48 of Jordan Babinger up there in the 3rd place. Matthew Bear is in 4th. Couple of new cars up right at the very front, so we'll see if they have anything for that 454 car. 77 of Octavio Rondoletto. He has led a couple of times tonight, but the 454 always manages to get around him. We'll see if Octavio can hold Luke off this time. Green flag is in the air. Octavio gets a good jump into turn 1. The 48 already looking to the inside. He looked like he was going to go for 2nd. Couldn't quite get there yet. The 19 slots into 4th, but he is about to be challenged as well. 5th place Tyler Jailbert in the 04. Looks like he is already looking to challenge for position, but he's got his hands full as well. William Karp there. William Karp in the 08 starting to make some moves, and the 04 ducks back to the inside. Seeing a lot of back and forth up at the front. People trying to get any position they can as these guys are battling. The front 4 are running away. This is for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. 04 gets around. 08 ducks back to the inside. And they are just doing a crossover move every other lap. They're going to keep trading positions. No, it looks like the 08 backed off just a little bit. He's going to try and save that car just a little bit. They are all back single file now. The 454 still in 2nd. The 77 of Octavio Rondoletto has got the lead. He's managed to hold on to it for a few laps, and he's holding about 2/10 over Luke Turpin so far. We'll see if he can maintain that distance. Maybe even run away, but the 48 of Jordan Babinger, he's had the fastest lap of the night so far. And he is coming from behind. He is in 3rd place, closing up on these two. He's just 0.6 of a second behind the leader after getting through traffic on the restart. Matthew Bear back in the 19 car. He is in 4th place. He started in 11th. He's working his way up. And there is no surprise, the 04 of Tyler Jailbert. He has been the only one up front so far tonight that has been able to consistently stay with Luke Turpin. We'll see if he can get back up there. He's currently back in 5th place. But he is starting to look to the inside. Yes, he is going to jump to the inside of the 19 car of Matthew Bear and manages to hold it down. Looked like he got a little bit loose coming up off turn 4. Can't quite complete the pass and slides back up into 5th place. Meanwhile, at the front, Octavio Rondoletto still is dominating this run so far. Luke Turpin still cannot get to him. And Luke Turpin, as soon as I said something, closed right back up to the back bumper of the 77. We'll see if he can actually get up there and do something with him. He is closed right back up to the back bumper. He is just waiting for Octavio to make a mistake, but last few weeks, Octavio has not made any mistakes, so we'll see if they have anything, if the 454 can get by him without any help. Meanwhile, they are pulling away from Jordan Babinger now. Jordan was starting to close that gap up as on these front two. He has now slipped back. He is about 7/10 of a second back. And fourth place, Tyler Jailbert. He has fallen quite a ways back from him. He is 2 seconds behind, 2.5 seconds behind the leader. And he's got the 08 of William Karp right there with him. Excuse me. And right behind them, the man that has made the biggest move so far tonight, that is the 062 of Greg Hulls. Started in 37th, now he's up to 6th, and he's looking for 5th from the 08 of William Karp. 19 of Matthew Bear has slipped back to 7th. We've seen him running as high as 3rd tonight. As we've got a bit of a battle going on here for about 5th, 6th, and 7th. The 062, he ducks to the inside. Let's see if he can get a run up off the turn. 08 gets a little bit loose coming off the turn. They are now side by side on the back straightaway. The 062 to the inside, coming through 3 and 4, gets a nose out front. Can't quite carry enough momentum yet to finish the pass, but we'll see if he can do it here in 1 and 2. He definitely has the advantage down to the inside. And while this is going on, they are closing up on Tyler Jailbert in the 04. He is right there in front of him. He is running that high line. That may benefit Greg Hulls when they get to him. As they battle side by side, currently Octavio Rondoletto still at the front. Luke Turpin still just right on his bumper. And it looks like Greg Hulls will be able to complete the pass eventually. He just needs one really good turn. And it does look like the 04 will come into play here momentarily. Now the question will be who he gets in front of, if he moves out of the way, what's going to happen when the 04 gets there, and when is Octavio going to run into lap traffic, and how will that play out for the leaders as they are battling for that top position. And looks like the 062 is going to slide up. Oh, he gets way loose coming off turn 4 down the front straightaway, but he manages to secure the 5th position. Back up front, the 77 and the 454, they are battling like crazy. 454 looks to the inside coming off turn 4. Trying to get the nose inside. Can't quite get there yet, but let's see if he can do it coming through 3 and 4. Can't quite get there yet. Luke Turpin just cannot get past Octavio. Can't even get a nose up under there. After being the dominant car the first half of the race, looks like he is struggling just to keep up with the 77. Running two completely different lines through there. The 77 actually moved down that time through 1 and 2, or through 3 and 4, excuse me. And the 454 now moving up. Luke Turpin changing his lines, try and find any advantage he can get as Octavio starts to open that gap up just a little bit. Doesn't look like Luke Turpin can find any way to get any advantage yet. Coming down the back straightaway. Oh, 77 has a little bobble going into the turn. Is that the mistake that Luke Turpin needed? Not yet. That did bring him right back up to the back bumper. And now they are going to come into lap traffic. The 9 car of Ron Walters just ahead of him. And the back half of the field is right there. The leaders are coming up. They're going to start putting more cars a lap down before you know it, as we've got some cars going for green flag pit stops right now. Looks like Kendrick Cryer is now on pit road. He gives up 25th position. He's currently 4 laps down. We'll see how much that impacts him as the 9 car ducks down right to the apron to stay out of the way of the leaders. And it looks like the 78 is right in front of him. He'll stay low to the inside. And now the 454, Luke Turpin to the inside for the lead. The 77 has the momentum advantage coming up off of turn 4, manages to get away enough. Coming down the back straightaway, coming back into the lap traffic right in front of him is the 01 car. And they are still just nose to tail and side by side every lap as the 01 car with several damage cars right in front of them. And that is definitely going to come into play, the 01 car and the 28 car. Stephen Rex in the 28, he had a great run earlier on, got caught in an accident, and now he is several laps down. Or excuse me, 1 lap down. As the battling 3 wide right in front of the leaders. Octavio manages to get to the inside of the lap cars. But nobody's giving them any room at all as they are still battling for positions back here. Some of these guys banged up several laps down there just thinking about long-term championships. '77 working his way through the traffic quite rapidly, as a matter of fact. Luke Turpin right behind him as they come around the 5 car. In the meantime, while they're working through all this traffic, the 062, that is Greg Hulls. He started in 37th. He is now running 4th, just 2.8 seconds behind the leaders. And the 48 of Jordan Babinger has managed to close right back up. He is just in that traffic that is right behind the leaders, so he is closing right up on them. Oh, 48 gives the 5 a little tap, says, get out of my way, you're a lap car, and you've got damage, you're in my way. He is trying to close back up onto the leaders from 3rd place. In the meantime, 454 and 77 get a little bit of cleaner track right here. The 454, Luke Turpin, dives back to the inside of the 77. Now, we've seen it right around this time. Cautions tend to come out. We'll see if it happens again. They've been out there the lead cars have been out there for 48 laps. 129 laps to go. We'll see how far they can go on fuel if this thing stays green. I do not think anybody could make it from here on fuel, but after lap 100, it is anybody's guess. They should be able to make it with about 100 laps to go. And the leaders are now coming up on another big pack of cars to lap. And several cars that are damaged and having some difficulty as they come by the 81 car. That was Blake Wynn in 18th place. So that tells you how many cars they have already caught up to. Octavio is running them all down very quickly. In fact, before too much longer, oh, we've got the 2 car gets into, somebody bounces up off the wall. The 454 gives the 77 a tap, and the lap car, the number 20 car, catches him. Everybody stays green. No, we are under caution. We saw the 2-car get up into the wall. 77 had to check up. The 454 just had one heck of a run, got up there, accidentally got into the back bumper of him, got him turned, and the 20 car smacked him on the side. We'll have to see if that impacts his handling at all. That is a tough break. Octavio has been up front in the top 5 all night, in the top 2 most of the night. Should see just about everybody come to pit road with 122 laps to go. They've been out there for about 55 laps. And the 062 currently up into 4th place from 37th. Patrick Sullivan, talked about him earlier in the race. He had worked his way up and then fell back again. He started in 25th. He is up to 5th now. Michael Bear in 6th. William Karp is 7th. And Tyler Batchelder. Really haven't talked about the Tylers much tonight, but Tyler Batchelder in the 53, he is currently up to 8th position. He started in 24th. Right behind him, Aiden McConaughey. He definitely had some rough going early on, but he is now back up into 10th. Tyler McRae is 11th too. We will see how it all plays out once pit stops are completed, but several of these guys have picked up quite a few spots through strategy and racing and now making their way to the front very quickly. It looks like it's going to be a 2-car battle between the 77 and the 454. All right, they are all coming back out onto pit road with about 121 laps, 120 laps to go. I would not expect to see here at Bristol to see a race go green flag for 120 laps, but stranger things have happened. Once they cycle through, it looks like Luke Turpin will hold the lead. But Octavio Rondoletto is right there behind him. And we have seen these two struggle to get past each other. As we get the 1 to green, I would imagine it'll be delayed by a lap. They're going to have to get everybody sorted out. Several cars coming off pit road at the last minute. And several cars ducking back onto pit road at the last minute. As we see a little activity coming off of pit road there on the exit of turn 2. Everybody trying to sort back into their positions. It looks like we are down to 11 cars on the lead lap. We'll wait and see if anybody gets waved around or a lucky dog. But currently the only cars on the lead lap is Luke Turpin, Octavio Rondoletto, Matthew Bear, Greg Hulls, Jordan Babinger, Tyler McRae, Tyler Batchelder, William Karp, Patrick Sullivan, Aiden McConaughey, and Tyler Jailbert. And it looks like if your name, I might need to change my name to Tyler just so I can have a better chance at winning more races. $118 laps to go. It'll be a stretch on fuel from here, but they might be able to do it. With only 12 cars on the, or 11 cars on the lead lap, excuse me, they definitely be interesting. If they stay green flag, can Luke Turpin and Octavio Rondoletto get back up there and lap some more cars? Just outside of the, at the 1 lap down, you have John Schwartz, Alexander Gangler, Jose Gondino, Brandon Varney, and Trevor Birchmeyer. 2 laps down, you've got Blake Wynn and Stephen Rex, and Chase Johnson is now 2 laps down after being very strong early on. Everybody else from John Friley back is at least 4 laps down, and we've got about a half a dozen or so cars that are out. Meantime, pace car drops off onto pit road. Luke Turpin takes a good jump on this restart and leads him down into turn one. Octavio slots himself back into second. The 19 of Matthew Bear back there in third. The 48 in the 062 battling for fourth. Looks like Greg Holes might take it. He has got some speed here, but the 48 has the advantage down there to the inside, at least on the restart. We'll see if the 062 can cross back over. And looks like Greg Holes is going to settle in about fifth place. And looks like he might just be riding here for a few minutes. In the meantime, right here at the front, the 454 and the 77 go back at it. And Octavio right back there to the back bumper. You got to know, even though the 454 did not mean to spin the 77 there, Luke Turpin has got to be worried about that 77 right on his back bumper like that. Especially in the later stages of the race, if it comes down to it with the 77, give him a little bit of the chrome horn. Just trying to rattle his cage. Shades of Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte. Meantime, while these two are out front, they have opened up over a 1 second lead on the third place car, the 19, Matthew Bear. And he is currently having to deal with the 48 car of Jordan Babinger. They're both about to have to deal with Greg Holes, as the 062 comes charging to the front from the bottom. He started in 37th up to 5th. He is having one heck of a run tonight. He has managed to avoid just about everything. Tire, pit, fuel strategy, everything working out great for him. Where will he be when this thing comes down to the checkered flag is the question. He's worked his way through quite a few cars, so we'll see if he can get up there. Maybe he'll be the one to challenge. Right now, the fastest car on track, though, is the 15th place number 1 of Trevor Birchmeyer. Right behind these guys, the 12 car of Kenny Tripp. Saw him leading earlier on tire strategy. He is trying to make a pass on Raphael for 23rd place. Several different battles going on track right now as the leaders have checked out yet again. Last lap, Octavio was faster, but just measured in hundredths of a second. They are swapping back and forth who is fastest, and it is by hundredths of a second, if not thousandths of a second, every single lap. It looks like both of them are equally matched here tonight. And look, the 062 now making the pass for 4th place. Greg Holes to the inside of the 19 of Matthew Bear. Gets a little loose coming off the turn, manages to hold it down on the bottom, and moves up into 4th place. He has got the position securely. Now he has Jordan Babinger in his sights. Greg was also the fastest one last lap, and by over a tenth of a second over the leaders. And he is running down the 48 of Jordan Babinger. And if their spotters are talking to him, they've got to be warned. The leaders have got to be getting warned about this 062 car. He is just charging to the front. It is still the 454 of Luke Turpin out front. Octavio Rondoletto right behind him, though. And they have opened up a 2.5 second lead over Jordan Babinger. Octavio has not made any move to get to the lead yet. He is just running right behind him, right on the back bumper of Luke Turpin every time. Looks like he gets just almost to the bumper and backs out. He's just trying to intimidate him at this point. He is trying to get Luke Turpin to make a mistake, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, Luke Turpin is going to make a mistake. As it looks like the 27 car just came back on track, or 21, excuse me. The 21 car was heavily damaged. And you got several cars out there that the leaders will have to deal with heavy damage. As we saw on that last green flag run, that is definitely going to come into play. Currently still in third is the 48 of Jordan Babinger, but the Greg Holes car right behind him has just managed to run him down. And they have actually closed up the gap to the leaders. They're only about 2.3 seconds, 2.2 seconds back from the leaders. So they are closing in on the leaders right now. As long as they don't get to battling too hard, they might actually be able to run the leaders down with 94 laps to go. And they are starting to run away from the 19 of Michael Bayer and the 04 of Tyler Gilbert. But caution is out. That's going to bring the field back together. All right, looks like you got the 2 and the 20 coming through the turn. The 2 just drifted up. The 20 got into the back of him. They bumped and go to the inside wall. Looks like the 20 might be done for the night. He has sustained heavy damage. That's not his first incident tonight. His front end has been caught in, unfortunately, and he was on pit road. He is actually smoking just a little bit. And we do have the leaders on pit road now. 91 laps to go. They should be able to easily go the distance from here. And we'll see how many lead lap cars actually stay out. They've only been out there for about 30 laps. That's been actually the shortest green flag run they've had, other than one incident earlier in the race, where they went about 5 laps between cautions. Currently, Tyler Batchelder, Patrick Sullivan, and Tyler McRae are all out. We'll see if any of them come down to pit road here shortly. Now the question is going to be, who gets off pit road first? Will it be the 454 or will it be the 77? Still about 11 cars on the lead lap. 1 or 2 should get a lap back out there. And it looks like everybody on the lead lap does eventually pit. And the 454, Luke Turpin manages to get off of pit road first. "90 laps to go here." Luke Turpin and Octavio Rondeletto have been the 2 dominant cars all night long. Luke Turpin was definitely more dominant early in the race, but Octavio has made some adjustments on these pit stops, and it has definitely made him faster. He is staying right there on the back bumper, and a couple of times he's been out front, he has been able to put a little distance between him and Luke. Looks like Jordan Babinger came out third, Greg Holes back in fourth, Matthew Baer fifth, Tyler Gilbert sixth, William Karp seventh, eighth is Aiden McConaughey. We've still got Patrick Sullivan. Tyler Batchelder comes out of pit road ninth. Patrick Sullivan comes out 10th. Looks like Tyler McRae will come out 11th, and he will be the first one to lap down, but we'll see if some of these guys might just be in the right position to get a wave around, as the 15 car is. 15 heavily damaged. Chase Johnson not up to full speed, but getting one of his laps back, trying to get some points for the championship. As the leaders pull up to the back of the pace car, they will delay the green for one more lap, get everybody settled in. And it looks like Brandon Varney and Alexander Gengler are both back on the lead lap, as well as Tyler McRae. So 13 cars now on the lead lap. This definitely benefited a couple of guys back there, but it definitely hurts the 454. We'll see how things go on this restart. And the 062, that definitely is going to help Greg Holes. Started 37th all the way up into 4th. And now he's got that outside line outside of the 48 of Jordan Babinger on the restart. We'll see if he can get up there in 3rd and challenge these front 2 cars that have been so dominant tonight. Greg has had a fast car all night, turned some of the fastest laps out there, and he might be able to challenge both of these guys, especially given the fact that he has come all the way from the back. Pace car is on, and Luke Turpin wastes no time. Green flag in the air, he is gone. 77 jumps back down there into 2nd. Looks like the 062 did not get a good restart. He's going to slip back to about 5th, and he's going to have to battle to hold on to 5th as they go off into turn. Meanwhile, the front 3 take off. Right behind them, the battle is going hard. The 19 and the 08 battling for 4th and 5th. That is William Karp and Matthew Baird. Greg Holes is trying to close back up on him as the 19 does a crossover move to the inside of the 08. Drifts up a little bit in the middle of the corner, but they don't touch quite yet. And Greg Holes has Tyler Jailbert right on his back bumper as well. 83 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. This is where things are really going to start to heat up. We'll see if anybody tries to pull the old bump and run here. As the 062 is starting to look, he started looking to the inside there for a moment, trying to get a little bit of a run on the 04 and the 19 here. And there he goes back to the inside on the 04 of Tyler Jailbert, trying to reclaim his positions he lost on the restart. Back up front, it is still Luke Turpin in the lead. He's put a little bit of distance between him and Octavio, but not very much. And Jordan Babinger is right back there as well. He is falling behind just a little bit. He's 0.8 of a second behind leader Luke Turpin. 4th place, William Karp in the 08 back there. He started in 17th and is up to 4th. And still the battle is waging. Right behind them, the 19 and the 04 are nose to tail. That is for 5th and 6th, Matthew Baird, Tyler Jailbert. And it looks like the 062 might be about to lose a position to Tyler Batchelder. The 04 is right on the back bumper on the inside fender of the 19, gets a good run down into the turn. Side by side, coming down the front stretch into 1 and 2. The 04 has the advantage. He's got a nose out front. Can't quite complete the pass yet. Going into 3 and 4, he's going to try it again. And he is running right up beside the 19. Right behind them, looks like Tyler Batchelder is getting around Greg Holes. He does complete that pass. And the 04 just cannot get past the 19 yet. Meanwhile, the 454 and the 77 are staying close together. 75 laps left to go. 77's not letting him get away at all. He's just keeping a nice, decent gap right there, waiting on a mistake, waiting on something to happen that he can take advantage of. Meantime, 48 of Jordan Babinger right behind them in 3rd place. He is losing time to these 2 cars. He is now a second behind them. William Karp in the 08. just a little bit behind them. And of course, we've got the battle going on back here with the 04. Trying to get around the 19, and now he's got the 63 of Tyler Batchelder right there as well. He backed out of it just a little bit. The 04 trying to complete the pass on the high side this time. Looks like he might get it done as the 53 sticks his nose to the outside of the 19 as well, and he might bring the 062 Greg Holes with him. Greg trying to make sure that 19 car has nowhere to go when these cars come by. He does it. He gets side by side with the 19 as well. That'll move the 062 up to 7th place. Tyler Batchelder is 6th. 5th place is Tyler Jailbert. And the 062 Greg Holes now starting to look to the inside as the 53 gets a little bit loose coming off turn 4, has to fight it to straighten it out. Gives Greg Holes a chance to get his nose to the inside, can't quite get there yet. Too many more bobbles like that. The 53 is going to lose that position though as he's trying to get up there underneath the 04. And the 08 of William Karp is getting reeled in as well, but caution is out. All right, we're looking at the 28 of Stephen Rex and the 81, both several laps down. As they come off the turn, the 28 just drifts up a little bit, hits the front just right. The 81 sends him over, does a barrel roll, a couple of spins, and manages to straighten it out and keep going. But you know he had to get some heavy damage. He hit a ton on the front end of that car. And looks like the leaders are back on pit road again. 66 laps to go. They'd been out for about 25 laps this time by, so everybody on the lead lap, all 13 cars are now on pit road. Trevor Birchheimer is the first car to stay out. He is 1 lap down. He's going to try and reclaim a lap, as well as Blake Wynn and John Schwartz. Stephen Rex was 2 laps down in the 28 car, but after that incident, he'll be a few more back. Jeremy Leto 3 laps down, as well as John Friley and Raphael and Kenny Tripp. Chase Johnson is 5 laps down. Miguel is 9 laps down. Logan Jones on back are 15 laps down or more. And the 25 of Bruce Helmuth on pit road, he is 29 laps down. He is still out there fighting, trying to pick up some positions after the early incident. Looks like Luke Turpin does manage to maintain the lead coming off pit road. Octavio right behind him. Jordan Babinger is going to restart in 3rd. The 04 of Tyler Jailbert 4th. Matthew Bear will be 5th. And it looks like things might change just a little bit here once they sort out. We'll take another look at the top 10 once we get the 1 to green. It does look like we're going to end up with about 13 cars on the lead lap. All right, 63 laps to go. They're going to have close to 60 laps to go once the green flag drops here. And Luke Turpin, Octavio Rondoletto, William Karp, Jordan Babinger, Matthew Bear are your top 5, followed by Tyler Batchelder, Tyler Gilbert. Greg Holes back in 8th. Aiden McConaughey back up to 9th. 10th place is Patrick Sullivan. Tyler McRae will be 11th. Trevor Birchmeyer, Blake Wynn, and John Schwartz get back on the lead lap. But they all had to stay out. They've been out there. Blake Wynn's been out there for 60 laps on this set of tires. So he's going to be struggling as time goes on. We'll see if he can maintain his lead lap position in the 01 car. 1 lap to go. As they come through 3 and 4, we'll wait for the pace car to duck in, and we will see if the 454 Luke Turpin catches anybody sleeping this time. He stalls for just a minute to throw him off and gets the green flag. He takes off. The 77 of Octavio drops back in line in second. Looks like the 48 there on the outside is going to get a run going down into 3 and 4. He is going to take third, but the 08's not done with him yet. William Karp fighting back to the outside. Looks like the 062 of Greg Holes managed to get a much better restart this time, so he is trying to work his way back through the field. And here comes the 57 of Aiden McConaughey. We haven't talked about him in a while. He has managed to work his way back to the lead lap. He is currently back in 9th, battling his way forward as well. Meanwhile, up at the front, the 2 leaders for most of the night are just still nose to tail. Right behind them, the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th continues. Jordan Babinger up there in 3rd as the 53. Tyler Batchelder looking to the inside of the 08 of William Karp for 4th. Cannot complete the pass yet, and the 19 is right there. Matthew Bear. We'll see if he can jump up there and get a position. No, they're settling in for the moment at least. Meanwhile, back up front, Luke Turpin and Octavio, they are managing to stay nose to tail pretty much all the way around the track. Nobody seems to be showing any advantages just yet. 55 laps to go. We will see how this plays out. As these two continue to battle, right behind him, the 48 has managed to open up a little bit of lead over William Karp. Not a lot, but he's got a little bit, and these guys are starting to put little gaps in between each other. But just as I say that, here comes the 08. That is William Karp. He comes in and passes the 53 car, and the 53 is trying to fight back to the inside. '53 of Tyler Batchelder there to the inside. He is trying to fight everything he's got to try and get that 4th position. While these two are battling side by side, the 19 of Matthew Bear is closing up on him. But the 53 cannot complete the pass yet. He has been struggling to get past the 08 for some time, and every time they start battling, the 19 manages to roll back up on him. Meanwhile, back behind them in 7th place, the 062, that is Greg Holes. 50 laps to go. He is trying to close back up and regain some more positions. Started in 37th. He is all the way up into 7th now. He is battling for 6th with the 19 of Matthew Bear. And they are battling for about 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, even 8th place, because the 04 of Tyler Gilbert is right there as well. And this little group has broken away from Aiden McConaughey. They've got about a half a second lead on the 57 right now. As Greg Holz dives to the inside of the 19. Can't get the nose quite there yet, but he is definitely going to have a run. Can't quite complete the pass. Looks like he gets the nose in there, just can't get enough momentum up off the corner. And that's going to allow the 04 Tyler Jailbert to close right back up to his back bumper. Meanwhile, up at the front, no change. The 454.77 keeping that same distance, just 0.2 of a second, 1 to 0.2 of a second between these two, all the way around the track the whole time. Nobody gaining, nobody losing, and you have to wonder, Octavio, how much is he saving right now, trying to set himself up for later in the race. 45 laps to go. Can we stay green flag racing till the end? Jordan Babinger back there in third place. He is about a second behind the leader, Luke Turpin. William Karp in the 08. A little bit further back, and he's got to deal with the 53 down there to the inside. And as it gets later in the race, these guys are not going to be as willing to give up positions as easily. They are battling for everything they've got. The 53 gets down to the inside of the 08, gets a little bit loose, and that allows the 19 to close right up to the outside. 19 gets loose off the turn now. Greg Hull's right behind him, waiting for anybody to make a mistake he can pounce on as well. And looks like he had a bit of a run on the 19. Just can't seem to complete the pass yet. Oh! Looked like the 53 got together with the 19. He is falling back several positions. Tyler Batchelder and I believe it was the 19 got together coming through the turn. And that allowed the 062 to pick up several positions there as well. Greg Hull now up to 5th. He is looking for 4th from the 19 car. And he is starting to work his way back forward again. He is definitely carrying a lot of momentum in that 062 car. Back up front, still same situation, 454 and 77. Luke Turpin in the lead. Octavio Rondoletto just a couple of tenths behind him. Jordan Babinger in third. He continues to lose a little bit of time to the leaders, but not a lot. Still hovering around a second back from both of these guys. So we'll see 35 laps to go. We'll see if he can close back up, maybe take second from Octavio. 19th, the 19 back there in 4th place. Now the 062 Greg Hulls, he is back in 5th place. Hasn't been able to complete the pass for 4th quite yet, but he keeps pushing it down to the inside, trying to get some momentum up off that turn. A little further back, let's see. 53 of Tyler Batchelder is after that incident. They managed to stay green, but he is back to 10th place now. Still a good finish considering he started in 24th. If they finish now, right in front of him, Patrick Sullivan in the 16 car. He is in 9th. He started 25th. Aiden McConaughey in 8th place. He started all the way back in 15th. And Tyler Gilbert in 7th. He started back, not as far back. He started in 10th. William Karp he's currently running in 6th place. Started back in 17th. And of course, there's the 19 of Matthew Bear as the 062. Greg Hulls has finally completed the pass and moved up into fourth. Now he is going to try and run down Jordan Battinger. He is right at 3 seconds behind Jordan. We'll see if in the next 29 laps he's going to have to pick up quite a bit of time, almost a couple of tenths of a second per lap to be able to close the gap on the third place car of Jordan Battinger. Meanwhile, they are having to come through lap traffic, and the 48 has closed right to the back bumper of Octavio Rondoletto. This might become a 3-car battle for the win before this is all said and done. It's been 2 cars all night, Luke Turpin, Octavio Rondoletto. But now with just 26 laps to go now, Jordan Battinger is right there with the lead cars. And he has had a heck of a run right there, closing back up on the back bumper of the 77. Catching him is one thing, passing him might be something totally different as they're having to work through this lap traffic on the inside. The 48 right to the back bumper of the 77 right now. They are currently 0.6 of a second behind the leader in the 454. Luke Turpin has got to love seeing this in his rear view mirror. These two battling side by side. It's allowing him to run away just a little bit. Greg Hulls has not been able to make up a whole lot of ground so far. We'll see if he can, as these guys work through lap traffic, if he can get through that lap traffic quicker, he might be able to pick up some position or some time on these guys. As they come around to lap the 5 car and the 15 car. '15 car has had a rough night. Chase Johnson, he was up there battling for the lead earlier in the race, and now he is currently being shown 7 laps down in 20th. And just an update on the 25 of Bruce Helmuth. He was involved in that very early incident. He sat on pit road, got repairs, and came back out 33rd after his pit stop was complete, and has managed to work his way back up to the 26th position. So he is definitely picking up some points tonight at the very least. Meanwhile, while right behind him the battle for second continues to go on, Luke Turpin has opened up his lead to almost a second over Octavio Rondoletto. Octavio has his hands full of the 48 of Jordan Battinger. Greg Hulls in 4th place has not managed to close the gap at all as he works around this group of lapped cars. 17 laps to go. And looks like the final battle position, the 77 is down on the inside, the 48 to the outside. Looks like the 48 finally got a run. Oh, he gets way loose, almost drifts down into the 77, hangs on to it, manages to maintain 2nd place for the moment. Octavio slides back up into 3rd. Heck of a save by the 48 and to complete the pass at the same time. He was almost completely sideways there at the end of the race, or at the end of coming out of the turn. I'm not Englishing tonight very well. The 48 moves into 2nd. Octavio Rondoletto drops back to 3rd. 15 laps to go. Caution is out. And that's going to change things up just a bit. All right, looks like we're looking at the lap car of Charlie Beals to the inside of the 04. 04's been up front most of the night. And And looks like the 78 just got into the rear quarter panel. Charlie Beals got turned up into the corner, and the 25 is not having any luck at all. He ran smack dab into it with nowhere to go. Charlie Beals ends up on his lid, and I would imagine the 25 has some more damage. That's kind of a heartbreaker considering how much the 25 has made up tonight. We'll see if he goes to pit road. But first, let's see if these leaders go to pit road. There is your leader, Luke Turpin. Looks like Greg Hulls, Matthew Bear, Aiden McConaughey, Tyler Gilbert, Alexander Gangler, and Tyler McRae are all on pit road. But Luke Turpin, Jordan Battinger, Octavio Rondoletto all stay out, at least for the moment. Tyler Batchelder, Patrick Sullivan, and William Karp stay out as well. John Schwartz had gone a lap down. Looks like he's going to regain a lap. Alexander Gangler and Tyler McRae had also just gone a lap down. We'll see if they can get back to the lead lap. And we should restart with less than 10 laps to go. That's definitely going to throw things for a loop here. With the front three staying out, and the front five, staying out, Matthew Bear, William Karp, Tyler Gilbert, Greg Hulls, Aiden McConaughey, Alexander Gangler, and Tyler McRae all pitted behind them. The leaders, Luke Turpin, Jordan Battinger, Octavio Rondoletto, Tyler Batchelder, and Patrick Sullivan and William Karp all stayed out. They've been out there for about 55 laps. They know they have the fuel to go the distance. That one's easy. They even have the tires to battle each other, but will they be able to hold off these guys behind them that just got fresh tires on? So many question marks right here at the end of the race. Plus, we should have one or two cars getting back to the lead lap. Looks like the 25 of Bruce Helmuth manages to stay out and even picks up a position along the way. 2 positions. Last time we looked at him, he was 26th. He's now up to 24th. He's managed to recover quite a bit after starting 6th, getting caught in the first incident, and being as far back as 33rd, 34th. His recovery's been outstanding, all things considered. We'll see if he can pick up any more positions. Looks like Ron Walters in the 9 is the next car in front of him, and he is about 13 laps ahead, so I don't think he'll be able to pick up any more positions with 10 laps to go, but still an epic recovery for Bruce Helmuth. All right, they get the one to go. We'll wait and see if they delay the restart. I don't think they will. This is right down to the wire. Looks like they'll restart with about 8 laps to go. Now, will the 454 be able to hold off the hard-charging 48, who's come on really fast here and on this long green flag run? The 77 of Octavio Rondoletto still right behind him. Pace car is in. The 454 gets another good jump on the restart. The 48 is trying to hop up into second, but Octavio Rondoletto wants to get back to the back bumper of the 454. These two are going to battle side by side through 3 and 4. Luke Turpin, in the meantime, is going to start to pull away, but the 48 has the advantage coming off of turn 4. He gets up into second place. And now he is going to try and run down Luke Turpin, but will he have time? 7 coming to 6 laps to go. Only 0.3 of a second back. We'll see if he can close that gap, get back to the rear bumper. Didn't really gain much on that last lap. The last time by, Luke Turpin ran the fastest lap. Jordan Battinger not losing anything, but not really gaining any time on the 454 right now. Octavio still hanging right there with him. Looks like the 08 was going for a pass. He drifted up, almost getting the wall in 3 and 4. And now Octavio Rondoletto is starting to close back up on the 48 car. 4 laps to go, coming down to 3 laps to go. There is a lap car ahead, slow to the inside. Should not be an issue. The 19 car, Matt Bear, is currently in 4th. There is a gaggle of cars right behind him, including the 16 of Patrick Sullivan. As you see, a bunch of battles for position right here. That is about 5th through 10th. All nose to tail, side by side, but with 2 laps to go, the battle is still raging at the front. Because the 48 got right to the back bumper of the 454 coming through 3 and 4. 1 lap to go. The 19 is sending it full in there. He is going for 3rd as well. Last 2 turns, the 454 is still in the lead. Luke Turpin coming out of turn 4. He takes the win. The 19 comes home 3rd. Jordan Battinger 2nd. Matthew Bear 3rd. Octavio Rondoletto 4th. Patrick Sullivan comes home 5th. Tyler Gelbert, Tyler Batchelder, Alexander Gangler comes home 8th. Greg Hulls had a great run from 37th to finish 9th. William Karp comes home 10th. Tyler McRae comes home 11th, and Aiden McConaughey and John Schwartz round out 12 and 13, and the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Congratulations to Luke Turpin, though. Great finish tonight. We'll see if we can get some of these guys up here in the booth. Hey, Greg Hulls, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, you had a great run tonight. You came home in 9th from a 37th place start. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I got to thank Mr. Coleman for giving me this ride for the night.
You definitely made it work for you. Congratulations, man. I just wanted to shout out to you because that was a heck of a run, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's see if we can find winner Luke Turpin. Hey, Luke Turpin, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
How you doing, Doug?
Hey, man, congratulations. A great win, a hard-fought battle.
Appreciate it, man. As the famous words of Skip Bayless, Superman is back. What it do, baby?
Well, you did have the incident earlier in the race with the 77 car. Were you worried about him coming and giving you the old Dale Earnhardt rattle your cage move?
It really was, to be honest. Octavio is such a clean driver, man. He does as best he can, and I kind of got put in a position there where I kind of had to touch him. I couldn't get out of that position, and I'm glad he saved it because, man, Octavio runs good. He's been my teammate before on some road racing stuff. He's a good dude, and everybody that we passed in the last stint there drove so respectfully, letting me and him go at it. You can't ask for better.
No, and that was an unavoidable incident, but it was a heck of a battle between you two the whole race, man. Congratulations.
Man.
Go celebrate with your team. Have a great night, buddy.
Thank you. I'd like to thank XCal for all the work they did to put this on.
All right, man. Congratulations. All right, let's see if we can find Jordan Battinger. Hey, Jordan, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, man, congratulations coming home second. You came on strong the last half of the race.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, once the sun went down, this thing really came alive. It was really good on long runs. More of a long run setup I had in here. Just needed a couple more laps, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
With 2 to go, it looked like you might get a run on the 454. You got into turn 1 and 2 and just climbed right up to his back bumper. Did you think you had him there at the end?
I knew it was going to be close. I didn't get a good run off of the 1 and 2 the lap before. I was trying to work the high side a little and get a run on him. but just didn't have enough there at the end.
All right, man. Well, still, second place, nothing to sneeze at. Great race tonight. Anybody you want to thank, team sponsors?
Oh yeah, I just want to thank XCal and all the things you guys do, all the hard work you put in, and thank DBR and all the guys over there.
All right, man. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team and have a great night, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right, that was Jordan Battinger, our second place finisher. And we will see if we can find Octavio real quick. Does not look like I can find Octavio at the moment, unfortunately. I am not seeing Octavio, unfortunately, so we won't get to talk to him, but great race by Octavio. Heck of a battle there at the end. All these guys did an outstanding job tonight. Don't forget that XCal will be off next week. We'll be back the week after. But if you miss out on racing, you can always tune in here on Sunday nights for or Monday nights for Outcast Dirt. And tomorrow night you can watch Northeast Racers and the Outcast SR8s. Thanks to everybody at XCal for a great race tonight. Great race coming from Bristol tonight. Great driving by all the drivers. Congratulations to everybody out there. And y'all go and have a great night.